Hello everybody, this is going to be our first session of Rehab at Home. So we are going to be bringing to you some follow along videos that will address common problem areas. I do have to note that these are just for aches and pains of these particular body parts and not rehab for particular injuries. So today we're going to do low back, so let's go ahead and get started. In order for us to do today's session, your foam roller or a PVC pipe, a lacrosse ball or baseball, something like that, and a rope or a stretch strap. All of these videos that we'll be doing are intended to be done 2 to 3 times a day. This is one of those instances where the more you do it, the better you're going to feel faster. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started on our low back series. So first up, we're going to go ahead and take our lacrosse ball or our baseball, whatever you may have, and we're going to get it in that glute area. So we're going to get it right in here, find around. Once you find a hot spot, we're going to hang out there, and I'm going to go ahead and keep the time so you can just follow along, and we're going to go for 30 seconds. All right, find that hot spot, and nice and slow, we're going to do clamshell with the hip. All right, if it's too painful, try and back out and find a less painful spot. So we'll just keep moving. At the end of the 30 seconds, we'll go ahead and switch sides. Keep in mind, if you want to do any of these exercises or mobilizations longer, feel free to do so. These are just some general guidelines to help you all along the way. So let's go ahead and switch, and we'll get to that other side. Same thing, find that hot spot, and let's get those clamshells going. Just keep in mind, anytime we're doing trigger point work, we want to make sure that we're not holding our breath. Holding our breath can keep the tension in the muscle tissue and actually just work against us. All right, so let's move on to the next spot. So we're going to move on to the low back itself. So how we're going to address this, we're going to get our foam roller. You're going to get it between the bottom of your rib and the top of your hip. So somewhere in there. And we can either go forward and back or up and down. All right, so the way I like to do it, I like to do 3 or 4 up and down, and then 3 or 4 front to back. Figure out what feels best for you, and you feel free to approach this however you like. Couple more seconds, and we'll go ahead and swap sides. All right, let's go ahead and swap sides now. Same thing on the other side. And get that forward and back going as well. If you want to take it to the next level, go ahead and work on your breathing with the rolls. You can inhale and then exhale as we go. Okay, we're going to go ahead. We're going to move up to the lat next. All right, so the goal is to be able to get in this area right in here. All right, let's keep that moving. Same thing, we can go up and down. If you find a hot spot and you want to roll forward and back, feel free to do so. Mine's a little stiff today, so I'm going to hang out in this spot. We can also add motion to the arm. All right, once again, these are just general recommendations, and everybody's body is different, so everybody's going to respond differently. Let's go ahead and switch and we'll get to that other side. So all of these areas that we're targeting are connected to your low back in some form or fashion, whether it be muscularly or through fascia, which is our connective tissue. So we want to be able to get that unbunched, and then we'll move into some stretching here shortly after we get all of it nice and kneaded out. All right, so next we'll just do classic hamstring. We can do one or two at a time, it's up to you. All right. So same thing with a hamstring. We want to maybe point the toe out a bit, point the toe up, point the toe in. Everybody's going to feel this a little bit differently. Some people might only feel it near the bottom of your glutes. Some might feel it kind of towards the inside of the knee. Everybody's going to be different, but find that kind of search and destroy method, okay? Right through there. Let's go ahead. We're going to switch legs. Same thing, if you're wanting to coordinate the breathing, we'd inhale here, exhale on the way up. Inhale,